Hi and welcome to my new train room. I've got my trains, or the majority of my collection, up on the walls. I still have some left in the garage still. I've basically moved them indoors because they were constantly just getting a battering from the wind and the dust. So I've moved in the house now. This is one of my spare rooms. So they should be free from dust, hopefully, for now on. I've started planning my new layout, which is based on Bristol Bath Road. Some of you may recognise the plan of this. Right down the far end, just over here, is going to be the main shed. And there's a couple other sheds as well. There's a great big long shed here, which a lot of you will know that one. And then there's the lifting shed at the back. I've also going to put the turntable in, which at the moment lies underneath the plan, underneath there. What I've done, I basically planned the layout on brown paper, and I've made endless amounts of mistakes, so I'm so glad that I took the route of using brown paper and photocopying the points. This is just paper stuck down with Pritt stick, and it kind of gives you an idea on space and where I can put baseboard joins, where I need to cut across the tracks so that the tracks are cut on a straight angle opposed to being cut on an angle. And so if I just remove some of these plans a minute, I can show you the baseboard progress underneath. I've used Googler quite a lot to plan out where the tracks lie and distances from sidings and lengths and widths of buildings, position of buildings and the fuel tanks. I've basically gone through all of Googler's pictures and used the ruler function on there to get distances and lengths of the sidings. It's taken me a while to get to this stage. Believe it or not, looking at the plan, it looks like I've just stuck a load of paper down basically, but this has taken me weeks and weeks and weeks to try and plan this and map out where the buildings are going, where the car park's going, the turntable. It's taken me absolutely ages just to get to this stage, and a few weeks ago I started making the baseboards, and you can probably imagine the amount of awkwardness that's involved with trying to make a layout that's curved and try and make it look presentable because it's going to be in the house. All the sides are made of MDF. This is all sort of MDF, and I've routed using a flushing bit along the top to get a nice smooth side finish. If I pull this section out a section, you'll be able to see that that's actually a baseboard join that runs down there, and it runs right between the tracks, which is going to be really good. And then anywhere where there's tracks going across the joins, you can see that I've cut straight across, in same across there, and it tapers off that way as well. The baseboard join goes across that way, so the tracks go across straight. It's taken me a lot of planning to get to this stage, and all of this just sort of plugs together like a jigsaw puzzle. I'll just push this little piece back. What I'm going to do is make a table for the layout to sit on. So I'm going to make like a funny shaped table, probably with about 5 big stainless steel legs, because I want this to look presentable because it's inside of my house. So I'm going to put probably 1 big leg there, 1 there, 1 in the middle, maybe 1 over here, and 1 under the turntable. So hopefully between 5 big legs holding up a funny shaped table with lots of noggins in, I can assemble the layout on top and then if I need to remove a piece to gain access to something, I could just slide, unclip and slide the piece away. So and this is one of the reasons why I've cut this down here, because it's such a wide layout that to try and read in the middle I would need to either remove this piece, like slide this out. Lucky enough there's no buildings actually on this one, it's just tracks and points. The main building sort of is on this section here. There's a lifting shed just over there, and then the main shed sits here. So these tracks here will actually extend right the way back to the back of the shed. I'm hopefully gonna be able to use acrylic, clear acrylic, to resemble the main building. A lot of you may know the funny shape of this building. There's lots and lots of glass in it for the engineers to see clearly to work on the train, so I'm going to get some solvent acrylic cement, and I'm going to try and cut out the sections using acrylic and glue it all together. Well, it's actually called welding the acrylic together to create the shape, and then I'm going to apply the plastic card to the acrylic and try and decorate it up and put lights in there. I've got pits I've got to put in the sheds, so it's quite a challenge for me. I mean, I'm a Bristol based, or I originally came from Bristol. Obviously I'm in Australia now, so Bristol, Bath Road and Temple Meads have always been my favourite stations and depots. So I'm really pleased that I'm actually going to get to start on this. So I apologise to all the people that have sent me messages recently. I've just been so busy at work, I've just been unable to reply to lots of them. I seem to get a lot of messages all the time, and I appreciate the interest from you guys. I don't get much time up my sleeve to type messages to all of you. So I did have a few from a couple of my keen subscribers asking about my depot area on my previous layout, how I got the base or the ground cover around the depot. Basically I never used polyfiller for this. I used a substance called Elastomax, which is like a rubber flexi grit substance they use on ridge tiles and on like tiled roofs. So I'm going to be doing a demonstration on that later on, because I'm going to use the same technique on this layout. A lot of this area would have been like concrete area around here, so I'm going to show you how I created mine, and still revealing some of the sleepers, because you're going to get that effect. And I find using it, even if you paint over the top of it, the more you use your track rubber, the more realistic it looks. So it's a really good substance to use, and I'll demonstrate that a bit nearer the time. So I just reveal the baseboards all over a minute. So all of this just pulls off. I've used these templates to create the shapes of the boards, obviously. Got a few new trains on their way as well. I'm really glad that I'm slowly starting to get some time to myself, so I can get back into the model making. So I've thoroughly missed it over the last few months. And under this section is where the turntable's gonna sit. I have to make some alterations to the turntable eventually, so it looks more like the one at Bristol Bath Road, or the one that was at Bristol Bath Road, shall I say. So you can see it all kind of goes together like a jigsaw. It's taken me a long time to get this like this. A good few weeks in the making, just to knock out the boards. Even like this section here, because it's rounded, I use my circular saw or my drop saw to cut slivers in it, so that I was able to bend the MDF round, because it was actually quite a rigid, because it's quite thick MDF this is. So I think it's a 6 or 7 mil, 6 mil I think it is. It was quite rigid to actually get it to bend round. So I'm really looking forward to doing some more videos on this. There's my proud collection up on the wall. And most of you will probably know by now that my HST collection is my pride and joy, especially HTV West, which I had custom sprayed and renumbered, and the University of Bristol is also one of my favourites. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to run my hoppers, but they will stay in my collection just in case I ever build another main line. And especially my male coaches, again, one of my favourites. And I have a new Class 50 on his way, by custom sprayed by TMC, and I also have a Class 56 in rail freight, custom sprayed by TMC. They're on their way, so if you keep watching, I'm going to be doing some more videos soon. Alright, so I must go now, because I think my wife's waiting to watch TV. This is my house, by the way. Alright, so I'll be back soon with some more progress. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. See ya.